All right, I'm back. Okay, so the chapter which so the last class which we had, we were doing this topic. We were learning about the functioning of the human heart, and today we are supposed to learn about the excretion in the animals. Okay. Now, before we continue further, yeah, Abdul, there are some important things I need to discuss with you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yeah. Do tell me that, on Tuesday and on Sunday, I got to know
Yeah,
that you are not available on Sunday and on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Yeah.
at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm. So do tell me,
Uh,
yes,
not 9 p.m. It's like 6:30 to 7:30.
yeah. There, as per you are in UAE, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got to
No,
know that
I'm in I'm in Saudi Arab.
you are in Saudi Arab. Okay, okay. So yeah, I got to know that on Sunday and on Tuesday you are not available at 9 p.m. Like here at 9 p.m. So there at it would be 6:30 to 7:30, I suppose, right?
Yeah,
So, so do let me know that, like at that time you are having your other classes.
yeah.
So do let me know, like, will it be possible for you to change the timing of your other class to some other day, so you'll be able to join this batch at this time? The other class which you have on Sunday and Monday, will you be able to schedule it to some other day? Change the timing of the other classes to other of your class to other day, so you'll be able to connect join this batch.
No,
Yes or no? I can't hear you.
no, but like
Mhm.
sir, actually I don't know. I will ask my father.
Yeah, kindly ask your father whether the other classes which you have on Sunday and on Tuesday, will you be able to change it to some other day, so you'll be able to join this batch? Kindly ask your father about this, and do let me know by the end of the class. Do let me know about this. No issues, guys.
Yes,
How are you?
Fine, sir.
fine, sir.
Good. Everyone is not here, no? Abu Bakr has not joined the class. Okay, let's start the class then. So I'm going to quickly revise what we have discussed in the previous class. Then we are going to continue further. So in the last class, we were learning about the functioning of the human heart, where I told you that the human heart is divided into 4 different chambers. The upper chambers are called as atrium, respectively right and the left atrium. The lower chambers are called as ventricle, right ventricle and left ventricle. Okay. So what happens? The largest vein in your body, that is the vena cava, this superior vena cava, this anterior vena cava, brings the deoxygenated blood from all the body to the right atrium. And from the right atrium, it goes into the right ventricle via the tricuspid valve. It goes into the right ventricle. And from the right ventricle, this blood via this why this will be going into the pulmonary artery. Why this it goes into the pulmonary artery? Getting it now? So this will be via the pulmonary artery. Further, it will go into the lungs, where the carbon dioxide gas will be taken away from the blood, and the blood will be filled with oxygen. That is one thing. Also, we learned that the lungs will be sending oxygenated blood via the pulmonary veins into the left atrium. And from the left atrium via the mitral valve, it will go into the left ventricle, which we learned that it's the strongest chamber of the human heart. Okay. And the left ventricle via the aortic valve will pump it into the largest artery of the body, that is aorta, and from here it will be distributed to different parts of the body. So that is how the different chambers of the human heart functions. Okay, now? So that is something which we had learned in the previous classes. Okay. We did learn the structure and all that. We have completed that. Today we are going to learn about the excretion. Okay, excretion done in the different organisms. We had also learned about this topic as well. That do all animals possesses a circulatory system or no? So not all of them possess a circulatory system. There are some which does not have a circulatory system like we humans have. Consider, for example, this is a hydra, an aquatic organism, which does not have any circulatory system. So how will the transport of food and water and other minerals and the waste will take place in the body? It simply occurs via the movement of the water throughout the body. You guys turn your cameras on in the class. Yes, Ross, Abu Bakr, how are you? So this is an aquatic organism called as hydra. So from one part of the body, the water will be entering and water will bring food and oxygen to the body of the organism. And from the other part of the body, the water will be leaving, and while leaving, it will take away the waste from the body of this hydra. Right. Take the example of this sponge. This this diver has poured some color over here in order to show us the way of show us the movement of the water across the body of the sponge here. So from the beneath, water is entering and water will be bringing food and oxygen to the sponges. And from the upper part of the body, water will be exiting, and while exiting, it will take away the waste material produced inside the body of the sponge. So the mechanism is very simple here. The circulatory system is not present in them, and the way how they will be getting the necessary requirements and getting the waste material removed from the body is very simple. Okay, today we'll be learning about the excretory system. Okay, now. So talking about the excretory system, like all the other systems, this system is required by the organisms. Okay, now. So what happens? The cells in animals would be releasing some waste products, right? As the cells also have got different functions to perform, and while carrying out different functions, cells will produce some waste product now. Like what kind of waste product will be produced by the cell? Can you guys tell me what kind of waste material will be produced by the cells?
It's carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, very good. Right now, it will produce carbon dioxide as a waste product, the major waste produced by it. It will produce urea as a waste product, right? It will produce lactic acid as a waste product, right now. And all of these are toxic for the body. If too much of urea or carbon dioxide were to accumulate inside the cells, it will become problematic for us. We will feel uneasy. Got this, guys? It we will feel uneasy. Like for example, when the kidney fails to function, what is the function of the kidney? Kidney filters out the urea and other waste from the cells now, right? Ross, Priyanka, Abu Bakr, and Abdul, everyone, right?
Yes.
So if the kidney of a person fails, so thereby why the person falls sick? Because the waste like urea starts to accumulate inside the cell, and hence the person becomes sick. Getting it, guys? So it is important that these waste materials being produced in the cells are removed time to time, are being removed time to time. So that is the thing here. Okay, no? So cells, I'm going to write it over here, that cells of animals, basically we should be saying, okay, right now we are learning about animals only. Later on we'll be learning about excretion in plants also. So cells of animals produces waste materials like carbon dioxide, urea, and lactic acid also. Acid is also a waste product produced by the cells. And they are required to be removed from the cells time to time. These waste, let me write it over here. These wastes needs to be removed from time to time, because accumulation of these waste, accumulation of these waste will make the organism sick. It will become sick. For example, if too much of urea accumulates in the cells of the body, so thereby the person will be suffering from some problem. They will be suffering from some conditions. Getting it now? That is one thing where the kidney will fail to function, right? Okay. Also, these are toxic in nature. Like all the waste which we have discussed here, these are toxic in nature. So the question is, what is toxic? What does this word toxic mean? Toxic basically means that something which is poisonous, something which can kill the organism, isn't it? So too much of carbon dioxide, urea, or lactic acid can kill the person. So thereby they are poisonous, hence they are being called as toxic in nature. Okay. And basically the process of removal of the waste product in the cells of the living organism is called as excretion. The process of removal of the waste products from the cells is called as excretion. So that is the definition of the excretion in animals. What is it? It's the process of removal of the waste products from the cells of the body, right? So excretion, definition of excretion, I'm going to write it over here. The excretion is the process of removal of waste products. What kind of waste products, guys? Yeah, what kind of waste products are produced inside the cell of the body? Repeat. Repeat. We have learned about it right now. Urea, carbon dioxide, lactic acid. Yeah.
Urea.
Right. So we have urea, carbon dioxide, lactic acid, etc. Because there are some other waste also, so I'm writing etc. So excretion is the process of removal of waste product from the body of the organism, right? From basically body of the organism, or more specifically, we should say from the cell of the organism, right? So excretion is the process of removal of waste products from the cells of the living organisms, from the cells of the living organism. So that is what excretion is. If there's any question in this, please let me know. Any questions? So right now we have
No, sir.
yes. Priyanka, you there? There's some background noise from your side actually. Yeah. Now, when you will look at the aquatic animals now, when you will be looking at the organisms that will be living under the water bodies, so they will be secreting different kind of waste. Okay, na? The waste secreted by the fishes will be different as compared to the waste secreted by the humans. Like for example, they will be secreting ammonia. They will be secreting ammonia into the water body. Ammonia is not secreted by the humans now. So different animals secrete different things. Birds will be secreting different things. Fishes will be secreting different kind of waste. Getting it, guys? Most of the mammals, like we humans are mammals. Elephant is a mammal, right now. So they will be secreting urea. The major waste produced in the body of the mammal is urea. Getting it, everyone now? We'll be revisiting this topic later on. I'm just giving a small idea about what I'm trying to say here. Aquatic organisms, their major secretion in their body will be ammonia. The waste produced by the birds and so many insects, reptiles, they will contain uric acid. That's why you will see that the waste secreted by different animals have got different colors. They have different colors. Getting what I'm trying to say? Like for example, the waste secreted by the birds might be whitish in color, right? So you will see that certain like there's an animal that will be secreting a that will be secreting a white a white colored waste. It's the birds. Getting it? Birds like crows, or like snakes, uh, snakes, or for example birds, lizard, snake. So the waste that they will be secreting will be containing high amount of uric acid, and the waste secreted by them is usually white in color. Usually white in color. So we'll be learning about these different interesting things as well. Okay. Right now, our focus would only be on the excretory system in the humans. Got this now? So the human excretory system is made by the following organs. The main organ is the kidney. Apart from that, you have the ureter, this tube-like structure that you guys can see here. This bag-like structure called as urinary bladder, and the opening into this bladder called as urethra. Called as urethra. Okay. So the excretor system, which we are going to learn, it's basically a system of the organs, okay, that will be responsible for the removal of the waste product from the body. Okay. Also, you can take a look at the position of the kidney in the body. Okay, no? It is present right where the floating ribs are. These are the floating ribs now. So right where the rib bones are ending, there this is the place where the kidneys are present in the body. Right where the ribs will be ending. You can feel where your ribs are ending. Okay, no? Also, this is what I was telling you guys moments ago. Okay, but right now we're going to learn about the this functioning of the human excretor system. Okay. So far, if you guys happen to have any questions, kindly let me know.
No, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, so we are now right now going to learn about the different parts of the excretory system of the human body. Okay. Excretory system in humans. So there are different parts of the excretory system. The main part of the human excretory system is the kidney. So kidneys, these are the two organs that is present in our body, and they contain a huge amount of a very good network of the blood capillaries. You guys see this? This is the blood capillary, the very thin blood vessels that you see here. It is present inside the blood capillary, the red and the blue ones that you are seeing here. So that is the blood capillary that is present. Okay. And the function of the kidney would be to filter out the unwanted substances that is present in our blood. And that unwanted substance comes out from the blood in the form of urine. So kidney, what is the shape of the kidney, by the way? Does it not look like a bean-shaped organ?
Yes, sir.
Right now?
Yes, sir.
So it's an organ that looks like a bean-shaped organ. So it's a bean-shaped organ. Okay. So kidney will be the main function would be to filter your blood. Okay. Plus they have some other functions also, that like it will be responsible for maintaining the amount of fluid in your body, maintaining the amount of water in your body. Like for example, if the kidney were to filter out excessive amount of products out of the blood, if the excessive amount of product is filtered out from the blood, will it be good or bad?
So it'll be bad.
It will be bad, no? Suppose if it starts to filter out the proteins, the vitamins, the minerals from the blood, then the person will start to fall sick. Right? So it is important that it functions in a well coordinated manner right now. So the main job of the kidney is basically to get the waste product out of the blood and return the clean blood back to our body. Okay, return the clean blood back to our body. Right. So these are two organs present in our body, present in our body, plus they contains blood capillaries. Can anyone let me know what is the function of the blood capillary?
Sir, they act as a bridge between the arteries and the veins. They
Okay,
like exchange the waste materials.
well done. They will be responsible for exchange of the waste material and the essential materials also between the cells and the blood vessels, right? So like blood capillaries will be bringing the required materials like food and water and oxygen to the cells, and it will be taking away the waste material produced inside the cell. So that is what the function of the blood capillaries. So they contain blood capillaries that will filter out the unwanted waste from the blood. So when unwanted waste will be separated out from the blood, then the blood will be pure, right? So they will be they filter out the unwanted substances from the blood in the form of urine, and pure blood or purified blood is sent back to the body. Okay. Now another important thing to be noted down here is, you guys can recall these words like vena cava and aorta. Is everyone able to reconnect with this word here? We have learned about that earlier.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You continue.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So vena cava, it's the largest vein of your body, and what kind of I mean to say, take for example, vena cava. So what kind of blood it will be bringing to the to this? What kind of blood will be flowing in the vena cava? Oxygenated
Sir,
or deoxygenated?
Sir, oxygenated.
Sir, deoxygenate.
Deoxygenated, no?
Sir,
Yes, Abu Bakr?
sir, vena cava is artery or vein?
No, vein. It's the largest vein in the body. Okay, na? Was your
Sir,
con-
sir, I got a bit confused in the pulmonary artery and the vena cava.
yeah,
I got
exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hmm. Okay, now so vena cava is the largest vein of the body, and it will be taking away will be carrying the deoxygenated blood, right? Now, deoxygenated blood plus also waste material will be present in it. Getting it now? So the vena cava that is connected to the kidney, in this deoxygenated blood or blood carrying the waste will be flowing. Blood carrying the waste will be flowing. Okay, that is one thing. While about the aorta, it's the artery, and this oxygenated blood will be flowing. Oxygenated blood will be flowing. That is one thing. Okay. So kidney, we have learned about what function it will be performing. What kind of function will be performed, right? We have learned about this right now. After the kidney, you have the urinary bladder, the bag-like structure that you are seeing here. Bladder, or the complete term is urinary bladder. So urinary bladder, it is serving like it will serve like a bag. Okay, basically the urine that will be produced in the kidney, it will be stored in this bag. It will be stored in this bag like a structure. So its main function is to store the urine for a temporary amount of time. As for the ureter, you can guess what will be the function of the ureter, right? These tube-like structures are connecting the kidney to the urinary bladder, and it will be allowing the passage of urine from the kidney into the urinary bladder. So next we are right now we'll be learning about ureter. So ureter, it is a tube-like structure that connects the kidney to the urinary bladder. Further, it will be allowing for the passage of the urine to the kidney to the urinary bladder. Okay, you guys tell me what will happen if the ureter is damaged. If it is damaged, then what can happen?
Sir, the urine flow properly.
right? Now, everyone agrees to this now? Urine flow will not be proper, right? Or further, it can damage the kidney as well, basically, or it can lead to infection. Getting it, guys? So if the ureter is somehow it's blocked, if the ureter is blocked, so imagine how painful it is going to be. If somehow there's a blockage in the ureter, so urine is being filtered by the kidney, but the urine is not able to pass via the ureter into the bladder. So how much of a problematic situation that will be? Getting it now? So there can be several problems. Or suppose, for example, guys, if somehow it has ruptured, you understand what does the word rupture mean? Tear open. Something that tear
Okay.
opens. Yeah, right? Rupture basically something that tears open. Okay, now so if there's a hole in it, if there's a cut, it has rupture. So urine will be leaking from here, right? So if the urine is leaking from here, so where the urine is supposed to go then? It will start accumulating nearby the kidney. So just imagine how much of a mess it will be inside the body of a person whose ureter ruptures. Getting it? Usually it does not happen. It usually happens in extreme severe conditions if the person has unfortunately met with some accident or have suffered a deadly injury to the body. Got this what I'm trying to say? Okay.
Yes.
So thereby this is very important. So also I told you that it allows the passage of urine into the urinary bladder. Wherever I write bladder now, you can understand that I'm talking about the urinary bladder. Okay. Then the third one is the urinary bladder. I suppose everyone is preparing their notes. Yeah. So urinary bladder, you guys tell me what did I told you about the function of the urinary bladder?
Sir, it stores the urine.
Exactly. It will store the urine, and after a regular interval of time, not necessarily regular, but at some interval of time, it will be releasing the urine. Okay, no? So it is kind of acting as a storehouse or a reservoir for the urine that is being produced by the kidney. Okay. Now, once the amount of urine in this fills up now, once it fills up, so once the urine will be filled up, so thereby the message will be sent to the brain. Basically, our nervous system would be signaling the bladder actually. Our nervous system in the body, the central nervous system, will be signaling the bladder, the muscles present in the bladder to contract. To contract. So as the muscles of the urinary bladder would be contracting, so thereby the person will have the urge to urinate. The person will get the urge to urinate. Getting it, guys? If someone were to drink, let's say, 2-3 liters of water at a single time, after a few minutes or after an hour or so, he will feel the urge to urinate. Why? Because the bladder has been filled. Getting it? The bladder with the urine will be filled. Basically, what happens when too much of water is drank by a person at a single time? So thereby the rate of filtration of kidney will be increasing. So more urine will be passing into the bladder, right? More urine will pass into the bladder, so it will fill up quickly, and thereby the muscles of the bladder will kind of squeeze, and thereby the urine will pass from the urethra. Everyone getting it now? Why some of you guys have turned your cameras off? Yes, Abubakar, Gauss, everyone. Sorry, not Gauss. You, Abdul. So it
Sir,
stores. Mhm.
my internet is getting low.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not.
Achha, achha, no, okay, no issue then. So it stores the urine and releases the urine. How does it function? I was explaining this moments ago about how it will be functioning. So when it fills up with urine, then the central nervous system signals the muscles muscles of, I'm going to continue it from here, signals the muscles of urinary bladder to squeeze, and hence the person feels the urge to urinate, and hence the person. Abdul, you getting all this concept now? Feels the urge to urinate, right? And the act of passing of urine via the urethra will be called as urination. Okay, so next we are going to learn about the function of the urethra here. If anyone feels any doubt so far, kindly let me know. Priyanka, you're getting it now what we are discussing right now, right? So urethra, it's kind of a muscular tube. 1 minute. It's kind of a muscular tube that is opening from the urinary bladder, via which the urine will be passing out of the body, right? So this is not there, but I should be writing this actually. So this is a muscular tube through which the urine passes out of the body. Right now I'm going to show you the structure of the urethra in the male body and in the female body. Right now, where the urethra is present in the male and where it is present in the female. By the way, Abdul, did you talk with your father regarding whether you'll be able to change the timing of your other class on Monday and Tuesday so that you'll be able to attend this class in the batch?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the update? Will you be able to?
It is actually like
Mhm.
some people are there with me, so it is not possible.
It is not possible. Okay, okay. I will let
Yeah.
them let. Okay. Okay, just 1 minute. You guys take a look at this diagram over here. See over here. So here you can spot where the urethra is. See this one. This is where the urethra. This is the urinary bladder. Okay, now see here the male reproductive organ has also been shown together. So that's why like don't get confused in this. Like these are parts of the male reproductive organ. The main thing I'm trying to show here, this is the urinary bladder. Okay, guys, all of you turn your cameras on the class. Was, and this is the urethra. Getting it opening into the penis basically. So that is which is this is the muscular type tube via which the urine will be released from the body. Getting it? This is where it is present. Also take another view at this. So this is where the urethra is. Now take a look at where the urethra is present in the female body. Is there someone who is doing some other activity in the class?
Sir, can you repeat for the male?
For the male, I was saying that. Take a look at this diagram once again. I was saying here that. See, this is the urinary bladder, and from the urinary bladder, urethra is connected from the urinary bladder. Okay, na? So this is the urethra, basically the muscular tube via the urine will be released from the body, and it is present in the penis, basically in the male reproductive male in the males, basically. That is the another view of the same thing, basically the urethra that we can see over here. In the female, take a look at this diagram, by the way. Not this one, not this one. Okay, I will show the diagram in the next class. I can't get the relevant diagram right now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
These were different parts of the excretory system in the humans. Hope that much should be clear to you. Abdul, are you paying attention in the class or are you busy in some other activity? You there in the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everyone avoid all forms of other activities in the class and pay attention in the class only. Okay. That is one thing. So the major product, the major waste that fills, the major waste product in the humans is urea. The major waste product in the human is urea, but in some other organisms it will be different waste. Getting it now? So urea is the major byproduct in the case of the humans, in the case of the humans, or in case the case of whatever kind of mammals are there, right? Furthermore, talking about the composition of the urea, composition of the urine basically. So urine is basically the liquid waste basically. Don't get confused between the urine and urea. Urea is present inside the urine. Okay, guys. Urea is present inside the urine. So talking about the humans and other mammals like elephants, sharks are also mammals. You guys know that this now? Sharks are also mammals. You'd be aware of this. Some of the bony fishes, they are also considered as mammals. Some of them, not all of them. So the waste material produced by them will be urea. That will be urea. Okay. And urea is present where? It is present in the urine only, no? Urine. So urea is the major waste product produced in the organisms that are vertebrate animals. Like the organisms in which there is a backbone, they are called as vertebrate animals. Sharks have a backbone or not? They have a backbone, no? Elephant, we humans, we have a backbone and we are called as vertebrate animals. So basically mammals or the vertebrate animals, the waste produced, major waste produced in their body is urea. Okay. So let's now learn about the composition of the urine. So composition of the urine is as follows. Urine will contain about 95% of water. 95% of water. But
Yes,
right
sir.
now we are not considering water in itself as a waste. Water in itself is not a toxic substance, no? So this will not be considered as waste. Getting it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
So the major waste in this is 2.5% of urea. 2.5% of urea. So how much is left? 2.5% is left now. So 2.5 will be other toxic waste will be counted in it. Other toxic waste will be counted in it. Like other toxic waste, like few percent of the other toxic waste will be lactic, few percent will be some other waste in it. So that is the composition of the urine. It contains 2.5% of urea, 2.5% of some other waste, and major composition of is 95% of the water. Okay. Further, the way in which the waste is released from the body, in which the waste chemicals are removed from the body of the organism, will depend upon the availability of water. Will depend upon the availability of the water to that organism, right? Say, for example, organisms like fishes or all forms of aquatic animals, they will be excreting ammonia in the water, right? So fishes releases ammonia in the water, right? That is one thing. Or for example, birds, snakes, lizards. So they will be excreting a semi-solid waste, which is white in color, which I was telling you earlier. You might have noticed this, like the waste of the lizard. It's just some common thing we happen to notice this sometime, right? Or the waste of birds. Usually it's white in color. Why is it white in color? Because it contains uric acid. So because of the presence of the uric acid in their waste, the waste produced by them is white in color. Is that thing clear to everyone? You guys don't have to pay attention to this one here. Only the one that is mentioned here is important, right? So far, if anyone happens to have any question, please let me know. Right? Okay. Furthermore, talking about the ammonia that is produced by the aquatic organisms now, it is colorless. It does not have any color, by the way. It does not have any color. But okay, you guys tell me, like, You guys would be might be having a aquarium at your home. You guys have an aquarium? Anyone? Why do we
Yes,
need
sir.
to? You have? Good. Why do we need to clean the aquarium time to time? It has to be cleaned because
Because it
fish.
will be dirty.
Hmm, exactly. So
And
fishes.
it
Mhm,
will die.
exactly. Ultimately, they will die now. So the fishes will be releasing ammonia in the water, and ammonia has got a very pungent smell. It has a very pungent smell. Say, for example, Abdul,
Yes, sir.
hmm, if you were not to clean the aquarium for 2 to 3 months, so the water will give a very pungent smell, very bad smell. Yeah, might have noticed this. Why? Because the ammonia which is secreted by these fishes now, although it is colorless, but has a very bad smell, has a very foul smell, and it is toxic to the fishes, and it is toxic for we humans also, right now. So if the concentration of the ammonia in the water increases, it can become problematic for the fishes also. For these fishes, for them also, it becomes difficult. So that is the case. So aquatic animals secretes ammonia as the major waste. About ammonia, what I have said, you guys, that it is colorless and has a pungent smell. Pungent smell, plus it is toxic. If too much of ammonia accumulates in the water, it will be becoming problematic for the fishes to survive. Okay. Also, if we were to somehow inhale ammonia gas now, or the ammonia waste were to end up in our body, we will also suffer from, like we can suffer from coughing, from the chest pain, or from vomiting or fever, etc. Talking about the mammals and vertebrates, you guys understand what is a mammal. Now, one of you please define what a mammal is.
So mammals are animals which have a backbone.
Which have a backbone. Okay. Plus, they will be having mammary glands, the gland that produces milk. Okay, na? So animals that have a mammary gland in them, like including humans, okay, which produces milk. Plus, they will be giving birth to live babies. They will not be laying eggs, but will be giving live birth to the babies. For example, you have example of like rabbit, dolphin, elephant, kangaroo, rat, or cows, or the bats. All these examples of mammals, and all of them have a backbone in them. Getting it, guys? So that is what mammals is. So the major waste produced in them is, yes, it's already written over here. Just take a look at the image over here. Isn't it urea?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So major waste product produced in their body is urea. Hope this should be clear to everyone. All right, now. So that is the case. Further talking about the birds, reptiles, smaller insects. So the waste produced by them is uric acid. So the major waste produced by their body is uric acid. What is the color of the waste produced by them? Yes, I told you guys things several
Yes, sir.
times.
Still it's white.
Exactly, no? It is white in color because of the presence of uric acid in it. If any question so far, kindly let me know. Because next we're going to learn about dialysis, right? Now you might have seen that certain people would be using artificial kidneys. Basically, when their kidney will fail to function, when the kidney will not be able to purify the blood properly, so we will be artificially purifying the blood from time to time. So the artificial cleaning of the blood with the help of some machine is called as dialysis, right? So some people would be using artificial kidneys, not the natural kidneys, which basically means that they will be getting their blood purified artificially time to time. Okay, no? And they have to do so in case the kidney will fail to function. Now the question is like, why the kidney of the person will fail to function? Very first question should be, huh? So there are several reasons for the failure of the kidney. Like if a person has been suffering from kidney for several years, sorry, from diabetes, I mean to say. If Abdul, turn your camera on. So if a person is suffering from, why they were recommended to sit properly in the class. So if a person is suffering from the diabetes or high blood pressure or some other diseases for a very long period of time, so they are more likely to be suffering from kidney failure. Or if suppose the kidney is not able to filter the waste from the blood properly, so that will lead to the failure of the kidney. Got it what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Also, see, for example, now, like if someone were to hold the urine for a very long period of time, if someone has been consistently holding their urine for long period of time, so that will also lead to the failure of the kidney. Getting what I'm trying to say? If like someone has the urge to urinate, so once someone gets the urge to urinate, then they should get rid of the urine. They should urinate. Getting it, guys? But suppose someone were to hold their urine for a very long period of time and they have been doing this for several years. If someone does this once or twice, it is okay. But someone has been holding the urine, like every time they feel the urge to urine, they will be delaying it. Getting it? Like they are doing some urgent work, they will say, okay, I will get rid of this after some time. But it can lead to infections in their infections in the kidney. It can lead to infection in the ureter, right now. So later on, what will happen now, guys? The muscles of this urinary bladder, it becomes weak. When someone would be holding the urine for too long period of time now, and they have been doing this for several years, then the muscles of the bladder will become weak. I happen to, unfortunately, like there's a friend of mine who used to have this bad habit. Okay, now he would be sitting in the library for long hours. Okay, he would be sitting in the library for long hours, and like so the thing what happened that after several years, what happened to that friend of mine, that he would be required to go to the washroom for about 50 times a day. What happened? The muscles of the bladder became very weak. The muscles of the bladder became very very weak, and he would be constantly having the urge to urinate, as much as that he would be required to go to the washroom for about 50 times a day, even if he was not we're not drinking that much of water. He recently went under the surgery as well, right? So this thing should not be taken lightly. One should take care of such a small things as well. Got this, guys?
Yes, sir.
So that is something which we have learned. Right now we're learning about dialysis. Okay. So dialysis, basically whenever the kidney will fail to function, so thereby the like waste product needs to be removed from the body now, right? So it will be removed via a machine. Right? So dialysis is a medical procedure which is used to remove the waste products and excess fluid from the body when the kidneys will not be able to do it adequately. So there's a machine called as hemodialyzer. We have a machine called as hemodialyzer. 1 minute. The machine that you're seeing over here, that is called as hemodialyzer. With the help of this machine, the blood will be filtered from the body. The urine will be taken out from the blood. Okay. So as you guys can see here, that two kind of tubes are connected to the body, right? So one of the tube that is connected with the machine here now. So filtering, like it is from here, from this tube now, blood is flowing into this hemodialyzer. This one where I'm pointing. Hope you guys can see this. So via this tube, the blood is traveling into the hemodialyzer. And what the hemodialyzer will do? Yes, it will filter out the urine from the blood that enters So the blood that is entering it, from that blood, urine will be filtered out. So once the blood will be purified, so from the other tube will be carrying that clean blood to the body of the person. So the filtered blood is returning to the body of the person here. So that is the mechanism of the hemodialyzer. Hope you guys have understood how it functions. Okay. Dialysis is the process of cleaning of the blood artificially, and the machine here is hemodialyzer. Here you can look at the actual image of the hemodialyzer. Okay, now got this. And depending upon the severity of the kidney failure, how much of the kidney has been damaged, so the person might require to get dialysis done once in a week, twice in a week, or thrice in a week. Or suppose if both the kidneys have completely failed to function, so he will be on a regular basis, on a daily basis, he will be required to get a dialysis done until he finds the donor for the kidney. Okay, na? Getting it? Now, kidneys are also donated, but there's a problem. Like, it's not like anyone can donate kidney to any person. It's not like anyone can donate it to any person. Getting it? Say, for example, if someone is suffering from someone is suffering from diabetes, so it is not recommended to that person to donate his or her kidney. Getting it, guys? So there are several conditions required in this, or the person should not have a long-term disease. Those person cannot donate the kidney. Okay. Let me just clean this
Sir,
quickly. And yes.
sir, it is about age also.
Yeah, exactly. It is about the age also. Age factor also has to be taken into consideration right now. Plus, the compatibility is also required. Okay, no? Compatibility is also required. Like
Sir,
compatibility for kidney donation is required. Yes.
sir, if one kidney is not working and other is working, so do we have to take that?
No, no, no. If one kidney is not functioning, but the other kidney is completely fine, then the person does not need to go under dialysis. He does not have to go through dialysis, but he need to change his eating habit. He has to eat healthy. He has to avoid all form of junk and fast food. Okay, now
Okay.
Sir, that is a side effect of donating the kidney, right?
that is a side effect of.
Sir,
Okay.
like if we donate our kidney, then you have to eat healthy. Like we cannot go on runs and all.
Yeah, yeah. That will be problem. Usually, basically, like kidney for the kidney transfer, now basically the person who would be donating their organs after the death, who have registered themselves that they will be donating so and so parts of their body, so and so organ of the body. So usually that is the more viable option. Okay, na? Because if a live person were to donate the kidney, so he will be having some complications in their body. Okay, na? But he can minimize the complications in the body by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Okay. Also, other things which are to be taken care of while kidney is donated now, like blood type has to be taken care of. Getting it now? Blood type has to be taken care of. Plus, other things like age factor has to be taken care of. Like if there's like you guys are a child, like for example, if there's a person who is above the age of 21, 22 years, only they are approved for a kidney donation. A person who is below the age of 21, 22 years, they are not approved for kidney donation, right? Or say for example, if someone is addicted to alcohol, or someone is alcoholic, or has been smoking a lot for a
Cigarette.
long period of time, so they also can't donate their kidney. They have to first get rid of their addiction and have to improve their respiratory tract and some like that, then they will be cleared for this. Yes, Abdul? Yes, you have a question?
No, sir.
Okay, so next we are now going to learn about like how sweat is helpful to us, right? So sweat contains water, and it contains some amount of salt also, right? Now, so sweat will contain salt and some will contain water and some salts, and it will also contain some toxic waste present inside the body. So when we are sweating, in a way we are actually getting rid of the toxic waste from the body. Getting it now? So sweating is actually helpful. Sweating takes away the toxic waste from the body. What does the sweating do? Sweating takes the waste from the body. But it has some other functions, like it gives the cooling effect to the body also, right? So question is, how much amount of waste will be how much amount of waste will be secreted from the body via sweating? Only a small amount of waste from the body will be removed from the body via sweating. Okay, now, because it is not the main way of the body to get rid of the waste. The main way of the body to get rid is in the form of the urine or in the form of the stool, right? But still, this is important, like, as it will be giving you a cooling effect. If you are sweating and if you have to sit under a fan or under an air conditioner, you'll be feeling cool. Okay. Now, under our skin, these structures that you are seeing over here, these are the glands. What are these? These are the glands. The name is not important. Just understand these are basically sweat glands. Okay, now this coiled structure that you're seeing, these are the glands, and they are connected all the way to the surface of the skin. And your skin has tiny pores now. The tiny pores, why the sweat comes onto your skin now, it is actually connected to the sweat gland. This one and this one that you're seeing, what are these? These are the sweat glands that will release the sweat from the body. So as the sweat will be coming onto the body, so this sweat contains water, it contains toxic wastes and salts from the body. Right now, accidentally, sometime what happens, if the sweat were to enter your mouth, so sweat has a salty taste, isn't it? Getting it, guys? So that's it for today. Okay. Also, while the sweat will be evaporating from the body, it will be taking away the body heat, and thus it makes us
Sir,
feel cold, especially during the summer season. Yes.
sir, tears is also salty, right?
Which one?
Tears.
Yeah, tears is also salty. Right now, there's a salt present in the tear also. Okay. So we have completed the topic of the excretory system. Next, in the next class, we'll be learning about the excretory system in the plants. Okay, now basically transportation in plants. Yes, Abubakar.
Sir, can you show the slide that we have wrote about, so then I can write it down after the class?
1 minute. This one you're saying, the slide of today's class or the earlier class?
Sir, everything we have to write down in the book.
Okay, okay. I will be putting the screenshots in the chat box starting from here. For the previous class, you have got it now, Abubakar?
Sir, you have sent only one.
Okay, just 1 minute. I'm going to put it again from here. By the in the PPT, it is there, by the way. To tell me what was the last screenshot you have got. I'm going to put the screenshots from here. Okay. Abdul, you were also absent in the class, so you can also note it down. Okay. And regarding the timing issue, we will have to see like how are we going to schedule your classes. Okay, Abdul. So you won't be available on the Tuesday and Sunday at this time. Yeah, from here, those who will not yeah, from here. This I will be asking about the function of the different parts of the kidney in the tomorrow class. Okay, now. So make sure all of you memorize it properly.